Welcome to Tech Cloud Solutions, your high pass rate destination for CompTIA Security Plus SY0-701 exam prep. Today, I'm challenging you with 5 real exam style practice questions from the most heavily tested domains. Keep score as we go. Challenge yourself to get all 5 right. We'll reveal every correct answer with full explanations and the exact memory tips that make these stick on exam day. These are not random questions. Firewall rules, SASE, and AAA authentication appear on nearly every SY0-701 attempt. Get your notepad ready. Let's begin. Question 1. During an annual compliance review, Network Administrator Taylor is tasked with verifying the firewall configurations against the company's updated security policy. The policy mandates that remote management traffic must be securely configured. All unsecured web traffic must be blocked. Upon reviewing the perimeter firewall's rules that protect the internal network, Taylor notes the following configurations. Rule, if any, should Taylor adjust to ensure the firewall is compliant with the security policy. Options. A. Rule 1. Remote management should be restricted to specific source IPs for enhanced security. B. Rule 2. Web traffic should be modified to block HTTP traffic to comply with the policy. C. Rule 3. Secure web traffic should be restricted to specific destinations, even though HTTPS is used. D. Rule 4. File transfer should transition from FTP to SFTP for secure file transfer. This question tests your ability to read a firewall rule table and match it against a written security policy. You need to find which rule violates a specific policy requirement. Focus on the 2 key mandates: secure remote management and blocking unsecured web traffic. Correct answer, B. Rule 2. Web traffic should be modified to block HTTP traffic to comply with the policy. HTTP, port 80, is an unencrypted protocol. The policy explicitly states all unsecured web traffic must be blocked. Allowing HTTP traffic directly violates this requirement, so Rule 2 must be changed to block HTTP. Why the other options are wrong. Option A. SSH is already a secure remote management protocol. The policy says remote traffic must be securely configured, and SSH satisfies that. No policy requires restricting to specific source IPs. Option C. HTTPS is a secure protocol using TLS encryption. Rule 3 is already compliant with the policy, and there is no requirement to restrict destinations for secure web traffic. Option D. Switching FTP to SFTP is a security best practice, but the policy does not mention file transfer security. It only addresses unsecured web traffic. Quick memory tip. HTTP equals horribly transparent protocol. If your policy says block unsecured web traffic, block HTTP, port 80. Keep HTTPS, port 443. Question 2. Which of the following cybersecurity frameworks is best suited for integrating networking and security services into a single cloud-based platform to support the evolving secure access needs of organizations? Options. A. Cloud-based Identity and Access Management, IAM. B. Unified Threat Management, UTM. C. Secure Access Service Edge, SAH. D. Network Access Control, NAC. This question asks you to identify a framework that combines both networking and security into one cloud-native solution. The key phrase is cloud-based platform with integrated services. Think about modern architectures designed for distributed remote workforces. Correct answer, C. Secure Access Service Edge, C. SASE merges wide area networking, WAN capabilities with comprehensive security services like Zero Trust Network Access, FDWAS, and SD-WAN into a single cloud-native platform. It is purpose-built for organizations supporting distributed and remote workforces. Why the other options are wrong. Option A. IAM focuses only on managing user identities and access permissions. It lacks the network security services and WAN capabilities that SaaS provides. Option B. UTM consolidates multiple security functions, but it is not cloud-native and does not integrate WAN capabilities the way SaaS does. Option D, NAC controls who can join a network, but it does not offer the full suite of integrated security and networking services that define SaaS. Quick memory tip, SASE equals security plus networking in the cloud. Think SASE the remote worker. It secures access from anywhere in a single cloud framework. Question 3. A corporation is focusing on enhancing its security measures by isolating critical applications from potential threats within a shared physical server infrastructure. Which technology is most suitable for achieving effective isolation of these critical systems? Options. A. Network segmentation with VLANs. B. Access control lists, ACLs. C. Data encryption. D. Containerization? This question focuses on application-level isolation within a single physical server. You are not isolating networks. You are isolating apps on the same machine. Think about what technology creates a separate, self-contained environment for each application. Correct answer, D. Containerization. Containerization packages each application with its own dependencies into an isolated container. This creates a separate execution environment on the same physical server, preventing applications from interfering with or compromising each other. Why the other options are wrong? Option A. VLANs segment networks across devices. They are not designed to isolate individual applications running on the same physical server. Option B. ACLs define who can access resources, but they do not create isolated execution environments for applications. Option C. Encryption protects data at rest and in transit. It does not create application isolation within a shared server environment. Quick memory tip: container equals sandbox for apps. Each app lives in its own box on the same server, isolated, independent, and secure. Question 4. Which of the following pairs falls into the category of directive security controls? Options: A. IRP, Incident Response Plan and AUP, Acceptable Use Policy. B. IDS, Intrusion Detection System and MFA, Multi-Factor Authentication. C. IPS, Intrusion Prevention System and MFA, Multi-Factor Authentication. D. IRP, Incident Response Plan and IDS, Intrusion Detection System. This question tests your knowledge of security control categories. Directive controls are documents and policies that direct or guide behavior. They tell people what to do. Do not confuse directive controls with detective or preventive controls. Correct answer: A. IRP, Incident Response Plan, and AUP, Acceptable Use Policy. Both IRP and AUP are written documents that direct how people should behave during incidents and when using company systems. Directive controls guide actions and enforce compliance through policies and procedures. They don't technically block or detect threats. Why the other options are wrong? Option B. IDS is a detective control. It detects threats. MFA is a preventive control. It prevents unauthorized access. Neither is directive. Option C. IPS is a preventive control. It blocks threats. MFA is also preventive. This pair is entirely preventive, not directive. Option D. While IRP is directive, IDS is a detective control. So this is a mixed pair, not a purely directive pair. Quick memory tip: directives documents that direct. Policies, plans, and procedures directive. If it's a written rule or guide, it's directive. To get the free PDF or mock test, comment PDF or mock or both. I will share the downloadable link within the next 24 hours. Question 5. A company's network security policy requires users to validate their identity before gaining access to the system. This process involves users entering a combination of their username and password. Which security concept does this scenario specifically illustrate? Options: A. Identification. B. Authentication. C. Authorization. D. Accounting. This question is about the AAA Framework: authentication, authorization, and accounting. Focus on the specific action being described. The user is proving who they are. Don't confuse claiming an identification with proving authentication. Correct answer: B. Authentication. Authentication is the process of proving your claimed identity by providing credentials, like a username and password. The user is not just stating who they are verifying it with something they know. Why the other options are wrong? Option A. Identification is simply claiming an identity, like entering only your username. It does not involve proving that identity with credentials. Option C. Authorization happens after authentication. It determines what resources an authenticated user is allowed to access. Option D. Accounting tracks and logs user activities after access is granted. It is about monitoring, not verifying identity. Quick memory tip: IAA in order. Identify, authenticate, authorize. Password equals authentication. Access to files authorization. Logs equals accounting.